Abusua ya makwa abashonko so eba POG Media ene yɛde bɛkɔ highway ne so highway ne deɛ ensɛm bebree wɔ so a yɛn nso yɛagye pene sɛ yɛbɛme abadwafoɔ no ahu deɛ ɛkɔ ɛne deɛ ɛba na dan na ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ highway ne so ɛyɛ H0t ɛde ensɛm bi aba abɛto dwa a ɛkyɛ sɛ MPP amanyɔkuo no deɛ H0t leak paa Exp0sɛ ɛde Exp0sɛ ɛfa Akyem Mafias no Gabi mo bedi etu mo eye ofori atamo ena ofori panyi masa eche se oche hene mafia gurus na ankasa no H0t aba be drop scary revelations bi a enye asem keto akra na okofa ejapade book no ejapade no saa book na ya ho adwuma ya bet ba bi wo ho a eche se ye more so kra na H0t ayi secret bi apia Exp0sɛ na no ɔden yɛbɛpɛ sɛ yɛbɛme abadwafo no bɛme akɔ na yɛkɔ akɔtie nsɛm a H0t ɛde to dwa sɛ H0t ne deɛ ofiri NPP no mu ɛna pii na wasan so akɔtam saa agyapadeɛ book no aba abɛto a kyɛ sɛ saa page no nsɛm a ɛwɔ hɔ no na ansa na ɛbɛkɔ no wowɔ nsɛm kaa bi afa hyɛ yɛ comment section like hyɛ ma afoforɔ nso ɛnsa ntumi ɛnka bi medam ase.
Look, nhuma we. Your friend na Japade. So, me bacho wo dey capture the eba me. Na manfo enhu. Men kan asem bia emfiri mitim. Sa Japade yi. Ya se abusuakuo bi ana atworo. Kwan yo mo befa so a Ghana Japade nyina eba be di omo ne omo ma ene omo asefo ntem. Ensem. Etinipa o tworo forward anani o san wasan ofori. Now, forward, you know, what they share, the first paragraph. First paragraph.
Okay.
Was say to our future, made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will, of a nation is being prepared. So, was say a dachi, any nasitra ye woman, any young kola, any and Kanswa young war mono. Womo ana ye sa ajapade o man ajapade e de ama womo so ate what di wutumi amase ye ma mesom obi se sa tumi na de ma no wo de ye ajapade Ghana ajapade nyina de ma nasefo and we are quiet now what say to our foremost king of Oripeni the progenies spread across this world for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. Yes, I did wait in the share of Oripeni and Munyam. Ghana 40. Hey, move careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5.
Was it currently with Nanado in total control of the whole entity of Ghana? We have a duty to ensure that we take over the commanding height of the essential fabric of the country in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 8 years, the sons and daughters of Ochimai will be firmly secured and such control both financially and economically that we can no longer be ignored in the battle to control the destiny of Ghana. Ghana for Muntio. Memo examples say this is not a fiction.
Actually, a planet.
It's working. Working. In the forward na me more baby. What's it? We free 5. Now we back 7, paragraph 7.
7, yeah.
What's it? In doing this, we need to be strategic. We will have to work with other people from some of the diverse ethnic groups, including some carefully selected people in Ashanti and other diverse ethnicities or land. This would make them believe that they also have a hand in the pie. It will be obscure any suspicion that the project is essentially an Oripeni project. This point is crucial because with electoral politics, we have to have our eyes on the numbers in the electoral process. We cannot be blunt until we are completely secured in the endeavor. It is especially so because so far the Ashantis constitute the single most populous ethnic groups in the country. So, it is for the young man, and I say, I am calling Agagan. Paragraph 19 in your kind. Paragraph 9. Was it Addo? The Ashanti group within the current MPP is gearing itself to take over the party after the next tenure in 2024. It will be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. Now, with hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to non-Akan person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover projects. Where a prophecy is here. So being a trend down what church and they say a fiction and you interest anyone or a prophet. And why a prophet?
A serious issue.
What say? Ashanti region and that's Ashanti for a MPP party no. Or more prepares on take over from Nana Akuffo. Yeko primaries. Alan Chamantin from Ashanti. Boacha Japo from Ashanti. Addo from Ashanti. Akuffo from Ashanti. Kobna Japan from Ashanti. 5 people. 5. Out of 9 you say you know Mokoy. Kojo Poko is of Wabraka on 6. Yeah. So wamu say wamu be bypass Ashanti region. Traditionally, Ashanti region is superb, very strong. Otunfo UK. Yamano kwan ye besoano in the parliament. UK. Akwesidan ko akodinu. O mama pa ye besoano. O mu beji a whole street ni a group ketene ayi. O hini bia ni ho betima ko yesa de. It is a sadia. Then let's cut the Ashanti politically. It is a betima ya so so a yampe obi a wo ye non-Akan person. Yemfa mano. See that man go go previ e bia na get. Hey, I'm gonna be back go previ e bia na get am. But we move ahead, preferably a person from the north.
They were
and then me no work as a MPP Frabera over here.
No.
Ofri slim. O mo so sidi, sa prophecy no. Abem. Look. Mame Emma one day. Book where they mashada kind power.
I said, baby, I was all kinds of what you know, Diego. Say, how
me person will be baby. Enter a church.
Okay.
We are pa, we be a no beyond with media. So near General. Sir, Labadi Beach in some winner senate to Yonko. Any idea? A day. Anna Director General of Senate, Dr. Tinkrai, ye nadi. Obi, I'm one ye nadi. Debbie. Letter no suit to Miss Nipa children and boo of Papa no yet may chame who America buses here. When your phone call as a Galloway. Proceed on leave. Because now he was not in agreement on certain things. Now, share near H0t Eka is talking about. Mama heard an answer. It's talking about banking. Banking.
Okay, higher banking.
Banking or much chim. Mother. Mother near Bank of Ghana. Biological children. Ghana indigenous banks. And they were adopted children. Adopted children hona mekono. Absa Eco Bank. Yimuni near Guy. Woman they adopted. Now, on the adopted Eco Bank. Was it we have 2 routes of entry into the institution. First is through Senate, which has a seat on the board of Ecobank Ghana by virtue of its shareholding. The seat is occupied by the Director General of Senate. In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompem Osafo-Manfo, who is a Deputy Director General of Senate, should be made the Director General to give him the seat on the Ecobank Ghana board. On the Ecobank Ghana board. And then we can say, who is the Director General of Ghana? What take his seat in all? Secondly, Papa, we madam for me respecting Pandi. Ya born wife with him in Pesa Meko. Would your mammy see honum? Would your book be now? Wow,
would you? Say,
under banking. Who send your city? It's yet honum. Ama a bushia cobacco. Ghana Japadiana. So, Capital Bank, why first you go Pakwasi Indum Bank and any actual has.
I know there were. And there's our portion of my kind.
And only I know has no. Now, Uber under insurance, your mother, your biological, and you were adopted. So, now, why your Mufaswa, ye Pia SSC, Essin Near enterprise insurance, and no Bibia, enterprise insurance, one Nura.
Cano for
that. Government a Jibia. Ya fossil bia. One for enterprise insurance, you are in trouble.
And as I see now, you are minded, and I have basa.
Jatu baby. Jatu baby. Share Uko bank setter. Quite fast so ya data bank. And there ye be loans I teaching in any other. Nipa Bushamba cope. Ya no mudia, ya gala way for. Who can we ya? Obeti MPP best original ever be defended this rot. Now what you want now obre? Yes say to our future, present and unborn.
To a more yet, I didn't say by your mama or young woman pono or mebre.
What can you in area or partner will say? Ghana has said this tribe is going to be the movers and shakers of Ghana.
Indeed.
It is a bibiba poswa. Womono kasape enu no obi abedi
achi. Order from above.
Oh, pesika dia ye bibia eho na obeko ene ande. We are here. We are quiet. We benya obi no aba begina no wo defend it. Ish. I will not.
Now my limu ayetimi aboka ma ye kan tia. Na ye pre carry forward.
Ye mo Ghana fama nipa baako. Ye nyina ye dia. Ye nyina ye dia. Hwe no mde ba kwasindu. Ya no here no.
A try to order that.
Ya try to.
Ni din nyina wo.
Me pese be kan ne honum no because of Sadi Wenti. So okay. Because of that, and me pese me kan.
Come across me bebo. Yeah,
Mami samo example. What if you na ka say fictional? Then that writer we need to look for him. Now, on professor on this country. Meaning, yeah, edin, we have body natural. The writer no maboni do, Madame Fupa.
You are sure you have a book, no?
Madame Fupa, we have body natural. As we are moving on, me body natural. What did you body din? What did the co-writers in the other? What more did you maybe assess or Monza? Well, the technical team led by DM Oforiata should further evaluate the following details in order to choose the appropriate site.
Galamsey.
According to this book, Wabu 332 Galamsey companies. Nina, are you a? Okay. Wamuni. Wamuna Shishano. The Northern Gold Coast Enterprise. So and so. Amanfi East. Wasa Manfi East. Wofa has say Takwa in Soyom Municipal. Just every district. They are there. Pristia. In Zima East. Omachi chomu jinagum. Eti wane kache ose Galamsey ebetu azie. Wane kaza assembly show. Si ebeti metu azie dia na chese esese abansi samba. Onse yo mama. Onse yo mama. Mami tro ade bako. Undermining oil and gas industries. What did he? Was it our mining as well as oil and gas strategies constitute a major plank of the blueprint for controlling the extraction of natural resources, which God has generously bestowed on Ghana, particularly the Akyem land. Was it to this end? A cursory look at the approved concessions should be looked at, as Santi Bedietro is to lead the process to take over this concession detail below and consolidate them into the standard Ejapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. Ejapa Ango Parliament. Sir, ye mineral say yi omo na eba bejeje royalties ni de gaga ho adwene kese ye di biti Ghana. Now on this note, I will salute the minority in parliament.
Yeah, and the omo ho ye den so omo mpene.
Share Ejapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. Ya call register company no abrochire. And ye dey buy some rofu bi na eba be hweso amai. Wo hu dey e bo ha.
Oforiata.
Dabi ah.
Hey, Asante me dey to.
Wo say o make sure. Say safne mani nyina akoso. Ana parliament. Parliament bo mugala we. Enye sanka ye mineral resources ye bia wo mo gigi bia e kwa busuan bago. How can we live in a country like this? Eh? How can we live in the country like this? Ghana, baby, you go near you know, mamma pono honum kama no. Ah, I had you now take over. Identity anarchist as a state. Yes, mo bi ankonko tu galamse ewo ye kwaye mu. Na manfo wo. Na ye ntimi stop wo. Do you know one strategy?
Ah, you didn't see I can't time the presidency nyina to on the line.
Do you know the strategy?
Ah.
You bet you so just 3 days. You baby obi amra kwaye mu biom. That's all the strategy about me say no.
Wow.
Ah, na Ghana forces. Omo call no omo fly omo jet was ro honum. Near start say you spray kwaye mu how dey be wura ho. Why dey be wura kwaye mu?
Obi amra ho.
Obi amra ho. Yes there be. Yes e boy kwaye ho ban. Na abusuakuo bi according to this book.
Eti adena eti say ya nunu ye ho ne because ye wi the taxpayers money. Near the ama operation the galam stop was a wine. Near Sunday bomb ho ka. All in the name say yes stop it galam say you enti stop it.
Okay? Telecommunication. Alliance oba. Say digitization betima koye no. Yes say low data. Low cost in data. Now we talk data 100 cities any 3 days nasa. How can you drive that? Ninjina no ehun sam hyehyɛ ha. What you say? Bisa telco so bisa omo. Me say ya munyusu RTI no munyusu. Fa no mo to omo yi ene sen eye den na sa pricing we ever. First na go nyina to no NCA. Fofofo. The first to data e check. Ya di nkrofobia be hyehyem. Enti no NCA Emma 1/3 omo na je 2/3 enti telco so no betima to titwa bi ewo NCA na fa kese na no akwakoto no ba bi ono so no be say 3 times the price NCA de be ma enti ho na betua me ne wo na etua ekogo abusuan ba ko account mu na o mo ache
Tiri modini.
I don't know why.
This is wickedness.
So there you know. She me say the Paul Troy Addo or prophet o. Among for so be na share them no Troy no the to abonting. And I'm saying nipa na prophet. Listen. The political terrain. How do you know the political terrain? I don't want the party. African the Japan aba. Na fe Samuel Okudi so Dombo do this so. Now mo the roaring factor aba. Other minor parties in the Kaka, religious and chieftaincy. Nti other smaller parties, you know, or more kasa you should understand. That should be a no more kasa no go. Ni na wa.
Achichira show manum. Na no ba ku bia mani tua no. Abo come say na wo wani ambra opepa wapa na wo kasa ti say obi a wo ye government spokesperson.
The cast bebre so.
Hey.
Enyo no na kana asemi.
Ah.
Nye the cast bebre.
Ai. Me say ana wo per president ni bia dia na say den. Once ada ni PR ama government. Almost so many say ha.
Omo sha say. She. Oh, say I don't yeah, hand you over that.
Ewa ha.
Kroma. Yeah, you know Kroma. Mo hand you over. What the security for on we yes on the DJ. Ade omuni ani, omuni adwene. Omo hu say obi e pep change. E change no. On bed Daniel Bumu. Mo angasa ombo hu say. Okay. Was it as we make final push for EC registration? It is sub ayuwe about 2019. It is important to roll out our final onslaught to ensure that NDC eventually become a fringe party. Whereas we do not expect the Electoral Commissioner herself to blatantly cripple the NDC, we could deploy the other non-EC functions, such as the need to maintain law and order. So, using our people within the security agencies to frustrate NDC supporters from either registering or voting. I know Mabodin, Brechampon will be the key in this endeavor.
Until no so had you over. Also, I'm a brain come say a bem. Because one of that done another day, they are hand you over, hand you over. Would you how? We are some come say yabem.
Was it before then? We must have a critical evaluation of our strength and weakness in order to be well positioned for the task ahead. Now, the party, or Maboma, party, so. The youth and women's wing of our party remain our weakest link. Every effort must therefore be made to get our national organizer to fill in the gap. Same apply to getting H0t to assist the women's wing. Addo by 2019. 2020 elections. H0t Abrikuma West. No one nam Tolong, no one nam Borga Central, no one nam Wa, no one nam Babia. And yet never has it. We should assist the women's wing. Eti, the writer, the great prophet of our time, say a calculated plan. That's when you say it's a fiction there. Now we the greatest prophet in our time. As a
because of more bomb they are doing the same thing.
No more catch a great Japan, Japan, no more can some over say Alan, ever take over. They should try and then bypass him. Akuffo being free enough. Abom. Bibio Muka book we mubia abom. Don't do the American crown memo.
No, quite fast.
Yes, a bit too.
Yeah, too simple. Now, the Brian Mobo. Oh. What's your condemn no other?
You're too so simple. Ma obia emphasize the way in Diagro. Media obia who say a book muna make free. And I'm not the writer. At Ghana, nipa bebre ekitasa the way I'm making. At your baby, you have Ghana for whom. No one take a wise decision. Because national cake, you know, a ye na yedia. Adenti. And as I say, yeah. Now, the national situation as regard to the media landscape. Me babe king can baby natural. No one said the Yama essay air coffer. Me babe king can hey, what can I do?
Oh, Tony,
what can I do?
Now, projection, man, see Pepe, say, the say.
H0t on closure of opposition media. We score H0t 70%. For her execution of the agenda to close down pro-NDC radio and television stations. Yeah. While we praise her for closing media entities such as Radio XYZ, Capital Radio, Muntie FM, and many more, she scored some low marks in the implementation of the strategy. We expected her to leave Radio Gold from the list for obvious tactical reasons. She could have waived their debt like she has done for our friendly stations, such as Ask FM in Kumasi. She could have been fired for the avoidable backlash in strategy, but for her long-standing role as Nane's protege.
Hey, but I want
Phase 2. Phase 2 of media control. Was it there is no doubt that Joy 99.7 FM and the multimedia group will remain an industry leaders in the communication sphere of the country. While relying on them as a veritable ally, anti-MPP agenda by some of their staff does not pretend well to us. We were left with no choice but to have used our voice, in quote, to threaten Manasseh Azuri Awini, while his publication on the past inured to our political benefit. He has overstretched himself in his attempt to assume an air of neutrality. He was influential to our historic victory, but his constant attack on government, culminating into the militia documentary, was most unfortunate. Okay? Oka, some multimedia, leading in the airwaves. Our hasi. Na juma omu ye ediboa MPP mo ba victory no. Good. Now so some of the elements womu a omo akwakoye omo akwakoye anti government. Enti no omo sheda no omo use boys e threaten Manasseh Ajuri ebe mo na zama Manasseh Ajuri anyane kwankwo South Africa
bo ne ho adwa
ni ye kan that time na me hu we me say ebe de na sade we abam enya no kre sa na no kre pa sa na no kre enti se obi na tena ne dem church sade we e ma no ba out 2019 na after 2020 election Samuel we nyina esisi a me say let us look for the person. Let us look for that person. Oh, me boy, me say DM for that. I'm say or co-writer. Or madam for minimum. Now, hijacking of GBC. Now, the judiciary and governance in Ghana. Yen parking court. So that the next 20 years, they can be in control. I don't want to see nominating more people to Supreme Court. Agenda in here.
abusua we ne ensema ekoso ewo highway ne so H0t na wababe expose na adankwa Akuffo ne Akyem Mafias na enye asam ketu akra ebe de abidjafo atse amaje pene kokoti sa audio we di mai aha POG Media.